Hey everyone, my name is Mimi from Wildflower Pilates, and today we are going to bring the reformer onto the mat. So you won't need any equipment. However, if you do have a set of dumbbells or water bottles or tin cans, you can use them just to add a little bit more weight through the arms. But if you don't have any, don't stress too much. We can get away with not using them. This session is inspired by the classic reformer moves, helping you to build strength, mobility, and control through your entire body. We use some dynamic movements to leave you feeling strong and aligned. Whether you're new to Pilates or have done a little bit of reformer before, this session will be perfect for improving your movement quality and feel amazing in your body. So if that sounds good, let's get started. So we're going to start in a little V shape. So heels together, toes apart. And we'll just start with a roll down. So reaching your arms all the way up to the ceiling, chin to chest, rolling all the way down. Just have a little moment there, see what everything's feeling like, and then just slowly rolling back up again. Arms up to the ceiling, nice big breath in. Let's go one more like that. Breath out, rolling down. See what it feels like. And then rolling all the way back up again, reaching those arms up. And then let's just go hands to your hips for me. And we're going to do like we would with footwork. So heels are together, toes are apart. We're just going to bend the knees and then straighten the legs. Bend the knees, straighten the legs. And you can start to kind of stick your bottom out a little bit behind you. That will allow you to get a little bit lower in that squat. So we're going to work through our footwork movements here, just to warm up the legs. Awesome. So if you've never done reformer Pilates before, this might inspire you to give it a go. It's pretty fun. Let's go for another 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Bring your feet together for me. And we're going to do the same thing, just bending through the knees, standing back up. Bending through the knees, standing back up. Bring some heat into those legs. And maybe you can work for a little bit more range as the legs start to get warm. So you're trying to get a little bit lower. The more you stick your bottom out behind you, the lower you're going to be able to get in these squats. Let's go for another 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Opening the legs out, toes are going to turn out to the side. So they're a little bit wider than hip width apart. Same thing, just coming down, coming back up. Get all that gas out of those joints. I don't know if you can hear them clicking. We're coming down and up. Again, you're aiming for nice depth here in that squat. Let's go for another 4 and 3, 2 and 1. And then bringing your feet back together. Find something still to look at. We're just coming onto our tippy toes and then lowering the heels onto your tippy toes, lowering the heels, trying to get nice and high. Work those feet. Find your balance. Awesome. So a little bit different to the reformer as we're not lying down to warm up, but we'll get there. We'll get onto our back after this. Just getting some nice heat through those legs, get us ready for the session. All right, 2 more here. Nice work. And then we're going to make our way on to our backs for me. So just sitting down, if you can, it's tricky, but you can try to cross your legs and sit down onto your bottom. And then we're just going to lie all the way down. We're coming into some bridges. So feet are hip width apart, hands by your side. We're just going to peel the hips up to the ceiling and then roll them back down onto the mat. So a little tuck of the pelvis as you peel up and then rolling back down. And just working for some height in that bridge. So trying to get those hips nice and high, pressing into your heels. We're trying to work the back of the body here. So trying to work through the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. So the more you press into your heels, the more that's going to activate through those hammies in the back there. Awesome. All right, we're going to go for another 3. And 2. Last one. And then rolling all the way down, hugging your knees into your chest, and we're going to curl up for me. So we're going to try and stay here. One leg's going to shoot out in front of you. Bring it back in. The other leg's going to shoot out. And then bring it back in. Shooting out, coming back in. Awesome. Trying to squish your back down into the mat the whole time. Awesome. All right, we're going for 2 more like that. And then bring the knees in, let the head come down. Arms are going to come up to the ceiling, just like we would if we had them in straps. And now we're going to press our hands down towards the mat as we curl up. One leg's coming out long, then we're coming back down. Other leg's coming out long and coming back down. Nice. So we're curling up, trying to push through our imaginary straps, trying to get those shoulders to lift off the mat as much as you can. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out as you curl up. Let's go 2 more. Nice work. And then we're going to pop the feet back down, pop the hands down. We're going to peel up into your bridge. And we're going to see if we can lift our right foot off the mat. So press down into that left heel. Right foot's going to lift. Then it's going to come back down. Left foot's going to lift. It's going to come back down. And we're marching like this. So the foot that's staying on the ground, I want you to press through that heel. Try and keep the hips lifted as best you can. Nice. We're going for another 3. And 2. And 1. And then rolling the hips back down. Coming back, knees into our chest, hands up to the ceiling. So this time we're going to go for a double leg extension. If that doesn't feel good for you, come back to the single leg. So this time as we curl up, the straps come down, both legs are going to go out long. And then we're coming back down onto the mat. Both legs coming long as the straps come down, coming back. So option, if that's too much, go back to that single leg, or you can go back to hugging the knee in like we did at the very start. But otherwise, 2 legs long, coming back down. 2 legs long, coming back down. Nice work. Breathing out as you curl up, in at the bottom. Let's go for another 3. And 2. Last one. And then feet are coming back down onto the mat, hands by your side. Last round of bridges. So option to just continue with the double leg, lifting and lowering, or we're going to come into a single leg bridge. So if you're coming with me, 2 legs are together, you're peeling up into that bridge, right leg's going to lift to the ceiling. You're lowering your butt down, lifting it back up. Lowering down and up. Nice work. Trying to get height through that bridge. Try and get that straight leg right up to the ceiling there. Drive into that left heel to lift a little higher. We've got 2 more here. See if you can hold it high. Pop that foot down. Other leg's lifting up. Same thing. Rolling your butt down, lifting up. Rolling down, lifting up. Nice. Trying to get as high as you can. Work the back of that leg. We've got 2 more here. And coming all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give it a little rock and roll. And then last one of our ab series here. We're coming into the 100. So, arms are coming up. We're going to press our hands down to the mat. We're curling up. We've got little beats of the arms. See if you can breathe in for 5 pumps and then out for 5 pumps. So this is option number 1, keeping your knees in tight. Option number 2, one leg's going to extend long. Give it a go. See how it feels. Know you can always come back to bent knees. Breathing in, breathing out. Try and press your back down into the mat as much as you can. Let's switch legs if you've got the single leg. See if you can curl up that little bit more. Press your back down. Then if you're coming with me for our final push, we're going both legs long. Try and hold them there. Pump those arms. Let's go for another 10. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Squish that back down. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Lie down, hug your knees into your chest. And then we're just going to rock and roll ourselves up and over onto all fours for me. All right, so we're going to round and arch our back here. So knees are underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to round our back. Look for your knees. And then arch your back, look up to the ceiling. And just rounding and arching. Trying to find some nice movement through the spine there. I like to call this cat stretch. This is like a sad cat and like a happy cat. And then we're going to start to make this movement bigger. So now when you're in your sad cat, you're going to sit back to your heels, stretch your arms forward a little bit more. Then as you come forward and find your happy cat, you're going to bring your hips all the way to the mat, look up to the ceiling. Lift up through the tummy, sitting back on your heels. Find that sad cat. Coming forward, roll the shoulders back, lifting up like a big happy cat. And then sitting all the way back. Or on the reformer, we call this tiger stretch. So it's just a big cat. Nice. Let's go 2 more. Last one. And then sitting all the way back. Maybe give your wrists a little shake out if they need it. All right, and now we're coming into a half plank shape, or a knees down long stretch as we call it on the reformer. So your shoulders are over your hands. I want you to tuck your tailbone under. So you're in one straight line from your knee to your shoulder. That's the shape we want to come back to. We're going to sit back on our heels. Then we're going to find that half plank shape. We're going to do a push-up as much as you can and then sit back on your heels. Coming forward into that half plank, bending at the elbows as much as you can, and then sitting back. With the ultimate goal being to have elbows in tight and chest to the mat, but it's trickier on the mat than on the reformer with the foot bar. So go to where you can. If you're feeling like this is even too much, just bring your knees in a little bit and then you can go elbows wide, chest down. But we're trying to find that half plank shape. If it's there for you, let's go 2 more. Looking forward when you come into that push-up. Beautiful. Sitting back on your heels and just give those wrists a little bit of a shake out. And then we're going to grab our dumbbells for me. And I want you to sit however's comfortable. So if you're comfy high kneeling, you can stay high kneeling. If you're comfortable low kneeling, you can stay low kneeling. If neither are comfy, you can sit on your bottom. Find a position that's good for you. We're going to bring elbows in tight and hands, palms facing up to the ceiling. So you've either got your drink bottles, tin cans, or nothing. You can still get the arm work with nothing, but if you've got something, let's use it. We're just going to bring our arms forward, bring them back in. Bringing them forward, bringing them in. Like we're serving the platter. Nice. So trying to stay nice and strong through the rest of the body. Just the arms are moving. Awesome. We're going to work through our front arm series. 2 more here. Nice. And then we're going to push the hands forward, lift them up. You're going to rotate your hands around as you draw a circle. And then bending at the elbows, pushing forward, lifting up, circling all the way around. Being that plan. Pushing forward, lifting up, circling around. Pushing forward, lifting up, circling around, getting some nice movement through that shoulder joint. Let's go 2 more like that. Last one. And then we're going to bring the hands to our shoulders and we're punching straight up to the ceiling. Coming back to the shoulders, straight up to the ceiling. Nice big deep breaths. Trying to get your biceps next to your ears as you straighten those arms all the way up. And then bending at the elbows, hands come back to the shoulders. All the way up, coming back down. Awesome. Let's go 2 more. Beautiful. And then we're opening the arms wide, hugging that big tree. Opening it back up, hugging the tree. No, you can always drop those weights if you need to. Otherwise, we're trying to keep our elbows in line with your shoulders. Let's go for another 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Maybe the arms need a little shake out. My weights are starting to feel very heavy. And then we're going to lift our arms up and over our head. Clasp the fingers together or just hold the weights together. We're going to bend at the elbows. You can tip your head forward a little bit and then pull the arms back up. So we're going for tricep extensions here. Pulling down, lifting up. Even if you have no weights, work for the range of motion here. So you're trying to really pull your arms back towards your lower neck and then pull back up. So I don't know if you can see. Coming down and up. Nice back. Let's go for another 4. And 3, try and get full extension. 2. And 1. And then we'll come all the way down. Give those arms a little shake out. You can pop the weights to the side, and we're going to make our way up to standing for me. So however you can get there, let's come up. We're going to go hands to our hips, and we're going to step our right foot forward. Now, if you need help with balance, stand next to a wall. Otherwise, try and look at something nice and still. So my back heel is lifted like it would be if it was up against the shoulder block. We're just going to bend through this front leg, bending through both knees, and then coming back up. Bending both knees, coming back up, just as much as you can. So finding that lunge. Awesome. Beautiful. Now as you start to lunge, I want you to try and tip forward a little bit, pressing your weight into that front heel. So my right foot is forward, so I'm pressing into my right heel to stand back up. Awesome. All right, we're going one more here. Stand up, have a little break if you need it, and then we're going to go back down, find that lunge. We're going to scoot that back leg out, bring it back in. Scoot it out, bring it back in. Scoot it out, bring it back in. Let's go for another 5. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in, stand all the way up. Give it a little shake out if it needs it. And then other side. So right foot, or my right foot, whatever foot you didn't use before, is coming back, heels up. And then we're just bending through both knees, coming back up. Bending through both knees, finding that balance, coming back up. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's add in that hinge forward. So as we're coming down now, we're hinging forward, standing back up. Hinging forward, standing back up. Beautiful. And then on the next one, take a little break if you need it. We're going to come into those scooters. So we're coming down, hinging forward, back leg taps out, comes back in. Tap it out, bring it in. Nice big deep breaths. Finding that scooter. Looking forward. Don't crash your scooter. Let's go for another 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Come all the way in, stand it up, give it a little shake out, nice work. And then we're going to lift our hands all the way up, looking up to the ceiling. We're rolling all the way forward. You can bend in your knees. We're going to step our feet back, come back down onto all fours. All right, our toes are tucked. We're coming up into a pike shape. So you're going to lift your bottom up to the ceiling, finding a pike. And then you're going to come back down onto all fours. If your wrists are feeling a little bit funny or a little bit sore, I want you to work for as many as you can on your hands. And then if you need to, you can do the same thing on your forearms. So you're coming up, finding your pike, coming back down onto all fours. Coming up, finding your pike, coming down onto all fours. Let's go 3 more like this. 2. And 1. And then coming down. Sit back, shake your wrists out. All right, we're trying to come into a pike to plank now. So if that was enough for you, let's do another round like that. if you're coming with me, we're coming into our pike shape. So we're going to tuck our toes under, bottom to the ceiling. This is our pike. Then we're going to rock ourselves forward. Hands are coming over, shoulders are coming over our hands. Sorry. We're in one straight line. Then we're going to push back, find that pike. Pulling forward, find that plank. Pulling back, find that pike. Keep moving through that. Take breaks if you need. Know that there's always the option to just come back to a bent knee, all fours, and then push back to the pike. Wherever you are, I want you to try and fit in 3 more. So pulling forward, lifting back. Pulling forward, lifting back. And then we're coming down and just sit back. Give your hands a little shake out. Nice work. Okay, side planks. So again, you've got the option to come onto your forearm. Actually, we might all go onto our forearm, I think. Let's give that a go. So elbow is underneath your shoulder. Bottom knee's bent, top leg's straight. We're going to pop your top hand onto your hip. If you need the extra support, it can come to the mat too. But let's see how it feels to try and lift ourselves up here and then come back down. And lifting up, coming down. That's 3. We're going to go to 10. 4. So really working through the side of the body, side of the glute. Side planks are one of the best exercises for your glute med, for your obliques, for your shoulder. They're just great. I love them. If you've ever done any of my classes, you probably won't get away with not doing a side plank. Let's go for another 3. And 2. And 1. Coming down. Let's pull that bottom knee in front, back knee behind. We're going to mermaid. So just floating your arms over your head, then back the other way. Big side bends. Awesome. And then we'll come into a little twisted mermaid. So both hands are going to go either side of your mat over that front leg. You're going to come down, kiss the mat. And then as you come up, I want you to look up to the ceiling. Come down, try and kiss the mat. Coming up, try and look up to the ceiling. Let's go 2 more like that. Last one. And then we'll come back up, swing your legs over, and we're going to the other side. So again, elbows underneath your shoulder, top leg straight, bottom knee bent, top hand to your hip. We're just trying to lift the hips up and bring them back down. We're going for 10. That's 3. 4. 5. 6, trying to get that little bit higher every time. 7. 8, 9, and 10. Coming down, bring that bottom knee in front of you, back knee behind, and just mermaiding the arms from side to side. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do, wow, we've got to do a twisted mermaid. I can't rob you of that. One hand either side of the mat, and then coming down, kissing the mat, and then looking up to the ceiling. Coming down, kissing the mat, looking up to the ceiling. Let's go 1 more like that. And then we'll come back around. We're going to swing back around to the other side. So, now, you've got the option. You can do what we just did again. So top leg straight, bottom knee bent. 1 more round like that. Or if you're ready for a bit more of a challenge, Our feet are coming a little bit further away from me, so both knees are still bent. This time our top hand's coming down to the mat. Elbows underneath our shoulder. You're going to press into your feet. Try and lift both knees up off the mat to two straight legs, and then come back down. Lifting the hips up, coming back down. So use this top hand as support if you need it. If you feel like maybe you can bring your hand to your hip, you can try and bring your hand to your hip. Nice work. We're going for 5 more. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Coming all the way down. Let's swing it straight around to the other side. So elbows underneath your shoulder. Both knees are bent. Top foot is in front. Bottom foot behind. And that top hand's on the mat to start off with. Pressing into those feet and try and come up to two straight legs. And then coming back down. Coming up. Two straight legs. Coming back down. If it's there, bring this top hand to your hip. We're trying to lift up and come back down. Trying to lift up, come back down. Nice job. Let's go for another 4. And 3. 2. Last one. Nice. And come all the way down. Roll onto your back for me. And we're just going to hug your knees into your chest. We're going to pop your hands behind your head. Heels are together, toes are apart. And I just want you to press your feet away from you like you're pushing the straps away. And then as you pull them in, try and roll your butt up a little bit. Push those imaginary straps away, rolling your butt up a little bit. Last little bit of hard work before we stretch. Doesn't quite hit the same as feet and straps. When there's no straps pulling you into the stretch. Let's go 2 more. I want you to really open up those hips. Last one. And then we'll pop the feet down. Bring your left leg long. Right hand's coming out to the side. Left hand's going to grab that right knee. And you're just going to twist it over. Nice big deep breaths. Try and keep that right shoulder down onto the mat as much as you can. Nice big deep breaths there. Hopefully finding a nice little twist, nice little stretch. One more big deep breath here. And then we'll come back to the middle. Extend that leg long out in front of you. Pull your other knee in. Right hand's going to grab that left knee. You're going to pull it over. Look over that left hand shoulder. Nice big deep breaths. Try and glue that left shoulder down into the mat as much as you can. Finding that twist. Let's go one more big deep breath. And then we'll come back onto your back. And just hug both knees into your chest. Let's rock and roll all the way up onto your bottom. If you can, you're going to cross your legs in front of you and try and stand up. Otherwise, stand up however you can. That's a challenge for us to work towards. And we're just going to bring both legs apart, arms out wide. Nice side bend all the way over. Stretch out those side planks. Pretend like someone's pulling that top hand all the way over across your body. And then we'll come up and over to the other side. Nice big stretch. and then coming back up through the middle. Keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, and hands are coming just above your bottom. You're going to push your hips forward, look up to the ceiling, find a back bend there. So just as much as you feel comfortable with. And then we'll go chin to your chest, rolling forward. You can keep your hands where they are. Big breath in here, and then we're slowly rolling back up, pushing the hips forward and looking up, finding that back bend, coming up, rolling forward. Let's go one more, coming up, pushing your hips forward, looking back, and then coming all the way up. Reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling, and you can shake it out. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments how you went. This is just for you to do when you can't get to the reformer and don't have any equipment. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe so I can keep delivering Pilates videos to keep you moving and doing the things you love forever. Thank you.